Well, hello everybody and welcome to this month's blog. We're right at the end of November as we speak, and so what better to talk about than our turkey enterprise. We've reared turkeys for many years now, and my main reason for starting a turkey enterprise, not to just to supply our own business with turkeys, but to utilise farm buildings. We spent quite a lot of money on buildings to house sheep through the winter and to lamb in. And of course that's okay in the spring when you're lambing, but then the rest of the year they're not utilised. So we started rearing turkeys. So the sheep go out sort of right through the month of April. And then May we clean the shed down and we turn it into a turkey brooder and a turkey rearing enterprise. We choose to rear a traditional bronze turkey. Fantastic ranges, very well suited to this free range system. We buy our turkeys in either as day olds, or sometimes we'll have 6-week-old birds off heat. Day olds actually, I always think of it like this. A tiny chicken chick or a table bird chick, you know, he's quite hardy. You look after him, keep him nice and warm. They can suffer from little infections and things, but they're quite hardy. A gosling, well, they'll just live through anything. You look after them, keep them nice and warm, very thrifty, get on and go. A turkey, you've really got to look after them. So they want a nice peaceful atmosphere. Pop them into brooders and we brood them on. And then at about 8 or 9 weeks, we start letting them see the outdoors. Well, obviously they're feathered up nicely, and that would happen around the end of June. So obviously if we're buying in 6-week-old poults off heat, they'll come in sort of mid-July time. Day olds would come in around mid to the end of June. 26 weeks they're on farm, and we look to rear a bird that is 6 to 6.5 kilos oven ready. So that means you need 8 to 8.5 kilos live weight, because they'll yield around that 75%. And I designed turkey feeders, and a very easy way to feed them. So the wagon will arrive and it'll actually blow the feed into the feeders, and it's literally 20 minutes to feed our 1,000 turkeys. At the end of the season, what I do is around sort of the end of September, early October, we'll start incorporating homegrown oats into the feed. Now, an oat's a really good feed for turkeys. It's an oil-based cereal, and I'm absolutely sure that you get a really nice, flavoured, well-fatted inside type of turkey if you feed them a few oats. So we'll incorporate quite a lot of oats now into the feed with their finishing ration. So as I say, traditional bronze turkeys, you need to book them up really early, because the guys who are actually hatching, incubating and breeding the turkeys need to know really quickly numbers on what they're looking at. So this year we've got around 1,000 in our sheep shed. And so we would have put our order in back in February for these birds to come in for this Christmas. A joy to rear, very simple, very easily looked after, and one of the tricks to successful turkey excuse me, keeping is to give them a great environment. Now our shed, we're really lucky, we've got this high ceiling, lots of natural daylight and lots of fresh air. One of the problems that people can run into is that if you stress a turkey, and of course organically we're not allowed to mutilate it in any way. If you look at the bird's beaks, they're actually very sharp. If you stress a turkey, they could just start pecking each other, and that can be a real problem. We don't suffer from that, and I'm absolutely sure that it's because we give them this beautiful environment. So in the house, lots of space, lots of natural daylight, not too packed in, plenty of room, lots of fresh bedding, so every day they'll get a bit of clean straw. You can entertain them by hanging vegetable tops and greenery around in the house. That just keeps them entertained. And then the range, extremely important. Now on a nice blue sky sunny day like we've got today, the birds don't particularly enjoy ranging, and that's because they fear predation. They think something's going to come out of the sky and get them. You get a nice foggy morning or a grey day, which of course we get plenty of at this time of year, and all 1,000 birds will be out of the house ranging over this grass pasture. What I found to be really beneficial is trees or planting cover in the range. Now the bird will leave the house and very quickly be 200 metres from the house first thing in the morning when we let them out at daylight. And very often they'll come and get under these trees, and especially on a bright day today, these birds really enjoy it. And again, it's because they feel safe under this canopy of trees, and that allows them to have a very sort of stress-free life. So again, another great way of alleviating that stress is to plant trees in the range. So bronze turkeys, I would advise for a free range system if that's what you're looking at. Great rangers, you know, get out there and do their thing, and these really are super quality when we eat them.